Hello, my name is Catalina Simons, and for my final project of English Virtual 8, I'm going to present Running an Ability to Triumph regarding the movie Forrest Gump. Forrest Gump is a movie about a man with a low IQ who has accomplished great things in his life and have been present during significant historic events, in each case far exceeding what anyone imagined he could do, creating lifelong friends and relationships in the process. Yet, despite all the things he has attained, his one true love escaped him after an unknown disease. He rose above his challenges and proved that determination, courage, and love are more important than ability. When you watch the movie, you can see that running is the activity that Forrest likes to do the most. So, why running? Jenny is the person that Forrest listed and trusted the most. So when she said, "Run, Forrest, run, and listen, you promised me something, okay? If you're ever in trouble, don't be brave. Just run, okay? Just run away." After this, running became the solution of all the things in his life. He has to overcome so many challenges at the first time of his life. So, at first he had braces on his legs because of a crooked back, and because of them he started to get bullied in school. One day Forrest ran away from his bullies, and his braces started to break away from his legs. This represents his ability to triumph, that weaknesses can become strengths by breaking through any disadvantage he might born with. Then he was running from his bullies us again. But this time he managed to escape from them even if they were by car. Forrest ended up running towards an American football field in the middle of a practice. Luckily, they happened to be sponsors of the University of Alabama, giving scholarships if they played that sport. He gained one, even he was not part of the team. He helped university to gain championships because any rival players could ever catch him. So he gave university many trophies. Another thing was that when he graduated from university and he went enlisted to the army and went to the Vietnam War to fight. At the end of the war, the enemy started bombing American soil. Forrest managed to run away of there, but he didn't feel right to leave his partners behind. He went to get most of them, to rid them from danger. One was his best friend Bubba, who died a few minutes later, and he was the person that promised that he both would get a shrimp boat when they got out of the war. Other person was Lieutenant Dan, who was his leader, and because of saving so many people, he gained the Congressional Medal of Honor for doing it. After war, Lieutenant Dan lost both of his legs and found depressed because of it, as he lost the ability to move properly. He became drunk and a woman whore, without any purpose. Forrest accompanied him for some time, and tried to teach him that never give up, even if he had no legs, to take the advantage of being alive, but he had no success. So, when he had no success in fishing shrimp, Lieutenant Dan appeared, and they started to own the business, Bubba Gump, both of them. So, as a team, they saved the boat from a Hurricane Carmen after all the boats disappeared. Since all the boats disappeared, there were no one fishing shrimp, and there were a lot of shrimp out there, so they could get it all. So they got success and became rich. And because of that, Lieutenant Dan found himself happy and free, finding a meaning in his life. and Forrest gave the business to him. Later on, when in Forrest and Jenny's wedding, Lieutenant Dan was shown with prosthetic legs and a girlfriend. This can be related when Forrest got braces in his legs, so he understood Lieutenant Dan, and that's the reason he wanted to help him, because he overcome these challenges by running. So he showed to him that his weaknesses can become his strengths with effort, and started to overcome all his challenges. Another thing was when Jenny left him, he was deciding to run in his house, to decide if he wanted to run. So later on he decided to run without any destiny, and found himself running across the United States. He inspired the U.S. State Institute to pursue their dreams, as he was transmitted through TV all his running. After running without any destiny, he put himself in clean clothes, shaved, showered, and ran towards Jenny was living nowadays. He went to recover his forever love, and this time marry her. He found more than that. That day he knew he had a son named after him. They all returned to his hometown Greenwood, Alabama, to become a family and recover the time they lost. Forrest and Jenny finally married and gained a beautiful time together and a family. But after they got married, Jenny had diagnosed with a disease that nobody knew what is, so there were no solutions for it. So at the end she died, and Forrest raised Forrest Jr., and the movie ends when Forrest puts Forrest Jr. in the bus in school, as his mother did in his first day of school.